Welcome back to my channel, guys. So if you want to be a top tier project manager who is always being recommended for roles, listen here. Here are the 3 things that you really want to avoid doing. Now remember, mistakes are inevitable, so you don't want to beat yourself up if you do make a mistake. What you do want to do is use your mistakes as learning and growth development tools. Here's the first common mistake that you want to avoid: leading a project that has multiple deliverables without a status sheet. Now, this particular one has been a mistake that I have made when I have managed a project with multiple deliverables. Sometimes I think we can get a bit familiar when we've been in a role for quite some time and we are used to the flow of how things work. But I think it's really important when you're managing a project that has a lot of moving parts, many deliverables, in addition to a to-do list, is to have a status sheet. Now, the status sheet will help you stay organized and stay on top of all of the moving parts. Now, sometimes, you will get updates from the client. Sometimes the updates are coming from somebody else. And, it could be in a Slack channel. It could be in, an email that's just continuously moving and, you're getting updates all the time and you lose track. So what you want to do is all the information that you receive on that email, so you're not always having to refer back to the email or back to Slack and scrolling, and you're just losing track of all the conversations. You want to just make sure that when that information comes in, straight away you put it on the status sheet and you keep updating that status sheet so that you are clear. Because what you'll find is it's not just you that's confused by all of the information. The other members of the team are also confused. And the thing is, they are looking to you as being their main point of contact, the main key holder of the project. They're looking to you to know the answers and to ask the questions to. So you just want to make sure that if you've got a project that has a whole load of deliverables, and it's a larger campaign, maybe the budget could be over the 500,000, so it's got quite a number of deliverables. You just want to make sure that you are on top of it. A to-do list is useful, but a well-organized status sheet is 10 times better. If you are using this document as a reference to a client as well, and the client has access so that they can see the status of the project whenever they want, they will trust you and they are likely to send you less emails. They're likely to feel less anxious about the project if it is a large project. So rest assured that by doing this, you'll put yourself at ease and you'll put the client at ease. And you are likely to put your line manager and all the teams that you're working with at ease also. Second thing, not checking a piece of work before it goes to a client. Now, you are the project manager. This is your thing. Attention to detail, girl. You need to make sure that you are checking the document before they go into a client. For example, if it's a design project that you're working on, you want to make sure, first of all, that the head of the design or the lead person checks the work from a creative perspective, right? You want to have that in place. Then once it comes to you, you want to make sure that you sense check that piece of work against the brief. And you want to hold the brief and the piece of work side by side and just make sure that everything matches what the client has requested on the brief. If it's something like they provided feedback and it's like the second or the third round of feedback, you want to have the feedback notes, you want to have the previous round, and you want to have the new artwork or whatever it is you're working on, and you want to just sense check everything and nothing has been missed. It's so easy for things to be missed, and it's so easy when you're sent work just to send it off to the client because you want to get it off your back because you've got another project that's a project meeting that you're preparing for or something else that you're working on. So it's imperative as the project manager that you sense check everything. This is attention to detail. This is a key skill as a project manager that you must have. The third one is a lack of listening. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest because I'm all about transparency. This has got me into trouble a few times. Not listening thoroughly enough in meetings. Listening is the ability to effectively interpret what someone else is saying. As a project manager, there can be serious consequences to a project and to the relationship between yourself and the client or the stakeholder if information is missed. Now, this can usually happen in meeting environments. If you were talking to a client in a meeting and there's multiple people talking over one another and there's not a clear outcome, or it can happen if you are in an environment where the client is talking really fast and you're finding it difficult to catch up with what they're saying. So if you are someone who struggles in the area of listening, or you've been in those types of situations where people are constantly talking over one another, or you're dealing with a client that talks really fast, here's what you want to do. you want to ask the client or the internal stakeholder, whoever's given the piece of information, to summarize what they're saying in writing. Clients, for example, will not have a problem with this because it just shows them that you are serious about delivering the campaign or the project accurately. So don't feel afraid to ask the client to summarize the information that you need to deliver their project, and don't be afraid to pause the meeting after each point just to confirm exactly what the next step and the next action is. Remember, you are the project manager, so you are the one that's in control of delivering the project on time and on budget. So it's really necessary for you to be vocal at these key points. In turn, it will help you to feel so much more confident about delivering this project effectively. So avoid these mistakes so that you can be the project manager that you've always desired to be. Hit me up in the comments if you have any further questions, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.